Welcome to another episode of Master Investors podcast. Share, like, and of course, leave a comment on our platforms. Visit our Instagram at Master Investor. Today's topic is all about relationships. Why? Because relationships makes us wealthy, or can make us poor very quickly. You know, if you notice, every successful man out there has successful relationships. And it's very critical that we invest our time with those relationships that are taking us to where we want to go. We must really take care of our time just like we take care of our money. And I'm talking about that with all the high care that exists, because money and also time, those two things are very important when it comes to manifesting our dreams. If we mess on the time and if we don't have the money in place, then we're not going to be able to manifest ourselves to the place that we need to go, or the things that we need to have in order to achieve our goal or our ultimate experience that we wishing for a long time. It takes money and it takes people. Those two things we must have clear. And from that point, we must start looking at our lives and looking at all of our communication lines that we have open right now, and pinpoint which ones need to end cycle, which ones need to go completely out of our communication lines. And because if we don't, then we're really jeopardizing our future and our wealth. So today it's all about hunting down and taking a look at the relationships that we're having today. Who are those people? What do they look like? What are the resources that they have? What are their network that they have? What is that they're offering to the table that we are so in tune to be with them? Make sure that we understand everything about these people, because they really hold our future. So we must pinpoint and match the right relationship so that we can excel in our journey of entrepreneurship and investing. Investing in business is all about team sport. It's all about having a team. Like I said on the last episode, is having a great team. It's not necessarily having the best product on the market. It's really having the right team behind it. Because at the end of the day, a good product can go so far, but great people have not limit. And that's what we want in all of our mindsets that we have here today. We want to instill that, relationships are key component of our wealth. Make sure you write that down, understand that, and before you give your time so easily to the next relationship, even those who are in a relationship with the wrong girlfriend or with the wrong boyfriend, with the wrong partner, that is really taking time and energy away from you, because both of individuals are not aligned with the same purpose in life. It's critical that we understand wasting time is something that we can never get back. So once we start walking from that point of view, then we no longer will have the will to just give our time to anybody just because they demanding it, or because we are too afraid to be lonely and learn about ourselves and improve ourselves. In fact, when we are by ourselves, that's when we learn the most. And that's at least my experience with everything that I'm doing today, building the company that I'm building, Master Investor. It's having great success. And that's why we're here. We're sharing our experience. We're talking about building assets, acquiring assets to ultimately create financial freedom, because that's what people want. That's what we all want. People work their whole life to achieve retirement, which is freedom. That's what they're talking about, financial freedom. Retirement means financial freedom if it's done right. But who wants to wait till you're 65, right, until we're 65 years of age or older to experience the great things about life? We can actually do that when we're young and retire rich and wealthy with assets that produce us positive cash flow every single day or every single week, month, depends on the asset, right? So the purpose of the podcast is to awaken those who are interested in the subject of money, business, and creating financial freedom and understanding the rules of money. Rule number one of our company and the rich is that we do not work for money. We make money work hard for us. So write that down. Rule number one is that we do not work for money. We make money work hard for us. And we must keep that close to our heart in every business deal that we get into with anybody, because we are not here to work, exchange our time for money. We are here to work for passive income, to build and acquire assets, but not necessarily for an income. We're here to build positive cash flow. But before positive cash flow comes into our bank account, there must be an asset. It could be a PDF, it could be a real estate property. We talked about it on the last episode, acquiring assets. If you haven't listened to it, go back and check on it. Subscribe, like, and share. Your feedback is always welcome. But back to relationships. Very critical. I would like us to focus on relationships. It's better to be by ourselves, reading the right book with the right author. That's a relationship. That's a direct friend. And I treat it like that because I can open that person up and read it and close it and so forth. So if I don't have a physical friend that I can hang out with or a mentor right at this point, I'm going to go grab a book of a very smart person that is willing to give me all the secrets and nuggets in that book. And I don't need to call him or anything. I have it at my will, in my hands. Or if I'm reading it through the iPad, then I have it digitally. Point is, make the best choices that we can for our best interest, okay, of our future and of our present moment. Never do something that we're going to regret tomorrow. We must ensure that all decisions that we take are done from a point of view of analyzing, calculating, and ensuring that is aligned with the things that we want to manifest in our future. In other words, don't do something today that is going completely against to the ultimate goal that we have in mind. Takes the same amount of energy to do a big deal, to do a small deal. Remember, it doesn't need to be complicated. If we don't understand it, we don't do it. We must understand where the money is coming from, where is it being invested, who's the team, who are the partners managing the investment or the business, right? We want to know how fast we're going to get our cash flow back. We want to see some references. We want to see financial statements. We want to see results. We want to see reviews. We want to see other people in the stuff that we're getting into in action. Okay, don't just go by the nice, shiny words that salespeople be putting out there, not really investors. A master investor is a student for life. We never graduate. Master Investors company is all about that. It's about bringing, aside from being an investment management company, we're more than that. And so we care about the financial education of the masses in the world, and we want to ensure that we keep that intact, because there's a lot of salespeople, going against the rules and against everything that being ultra rich and having having the enough cash flow and enough assets coming in to our bank account every week. So it's important for us and our company that we share the right information that has to do with money, investing, and business. We are the money brand of the world, and as much as investing in business, we're going to be talking a lot about business, because investing has to do with business. That's why we're going to teach you how to build the business from ground up with your passion, so that you can have a better journey at investing as well. Because once you learn a business from the ground up, then you can invest in any type of business, really, as long as you understand there are things that determine whether a company or a business is a good business or a bad business. You can read financial statements, you can do all the things, but it's always beneficial to learn how to build a business. And so we're going to be speaking a lot about business and businesses for that matter, because it has to do with investing 100%. So a master investor, we never stop learning. We understand that we are here to master the finance of our life, right? And in order to do that, we gotta build assets, we gotta acquire assets. So master investor would like to bring the master investor out of everybody, because at the end of the day, we are all master investors. We have to deal with money for the rest of our lives, whether we're poor, middle class, or wealthy. And it doesn't matter how old we are, we still have to go buy water, buy food, and so forth. If we need to travel, we have to buy the ticket. So we are dealing and investing money all the time, whether it comes back with a return or we just send out the money once and we kill it and it never comes back, with more multiplying it. It doesn't matter. We're still investing money. We're still putting money in places. And so let's become master at the game that we're going to be playing for the rest of our life. So Master Investor company is here to ensure that we are here to be your resource of money, and that we bring the master investor out of you. So we are all master investors, and we're here to acquire assets. I call them freedom units. Once we have enough assets come, produce an income, then we don't longer have to ever worry about paying a bill by working hard or going somewhere else to maybe give your time that you really hate that job, but you're giving your time because you need to buy something or you need to pay something. Now we have assets that produce enough cash flow to pay for anything that we want. That includes toys, that includes a Lamborghini, that includes private jets. Anything that we ever wish must be paid by an asset, okay? Something that puts money in our pocket without us working to make that money. It could be a real estate property, it could be a PDF, it could be a Kindle book, it could be an audio course, it could be a video course, it could be a website, a product. Many different things can be an asset. As long as it produces income into our pocket without us working in it, then that is considered an asset. If it's not an asset, then it's somebody else's asset in their asset column. Maybe the bank's most likely, but if it's not, it's somebody else's asset in their asset column. At the end of the day, whatever is in our liability column, if we take a look farther at that and we track where the cash flow is going, it goes into somebody else's asset column. So if it comes out of our liability column, it's going into somebody else's asset column. That's why we can always turn a liability into an asset. And it's important that we understand that. So don't get discouraged. If we look at our asset column and our liability column, we have more liability than we have more assets. That happens all the time. And in fact, many people don't have any assets and they just have liabilities because they have credit cards piling up with debt that is bad. Is things that are taking money out of their pocket and not really putting money in their pocket. Two types of debt: good debt and bad debt. The good debt puts money in our pocket and it goes hand to hand with assets. Good debt goes hand to hand with assets, and bad debt takes money away from our pocket, and then that goes with the liability. And bad debt gets paid with our own money, and good debt gets paid with other people's money. OPM. Remember OPM, other people's money, and OPT, other people's time. Good debt always get paid with OPM and OPT. And never forget the most important message of today's podcast. Always and only allow in your circle, in our circle, in our team, of whatever we're doing, OQP, only quality people. So remember, other people's money, OPM, other people's time, OPT, and only quality people, OQP, only quality people. Relationships and good debt is key. Remember, the most important words of business is cash flow. Brought to you by Master Investors Company. We're glad to be here. Another episode. See you on the next one. Stay great. And of course, stay investing. And you, financial literacy, increase our intelligence, then our finances will increase the right way. Not by creating a job by having assets that produce us cash flow every single day. Okay, have a great day. We'll talk on the next episode.